I can't believe I'm about to type, but here we go. First, let me introduce some things about myself. I'm Tommy, a 19 years old boy and now living in the suburban areas of Chicago. Now, I want to tell you guys a story about me happened a few months ago. There is the problem with my girlfriend, now she was my ex. I had a girlfriend who was 4 years older than me, but age difference is not an issue with me. At that time, we'd been dating for 7 months. She was calm, pretty, and attractive, exactly my ideal type. She's amazing and we're super compatible in a lot of ways. Moreover, she is an outspoken vegan, and she made it clear at the start of our relationship that it was important to her that any potential had similar cruelty-free values. Me, already being a pescatarian, had little difficulty transitioning to a fully plant-based diet. My girlfriend was proud of me for going cruelty-free and everything seemed well. We were studying in the same college, so we became the vegan couple on our college campus. I have a cute cat named Kitty. I've had her for 5 years and I adore her. She's such a sweet and cuddly cat. She is so perfect and such a blessing in my life. Just seeing her little pointing ears every morning and walking up to her chirps brings me so much happiness it is indescribable. I love her so much and she helped me get out of a rough spot in my life, and as sad as it sounds, she's only the one that is there for me even though she's just a cat. However, my girlfriend was always a little apprehensive around her, and she blamed it on not growing up around cats. After a while, we sort of made a tacit agreement to mostly hang out at her apartment instead of mine, so Kitty never really came up again in conversation. Fast forward through all quarantine stuff, my girlfriend and I have spent a lot of time together during COVID-19 pandemic, and we've started talking about our relationship to the next level. We began seriously looking at either buy a new apartment together or having one of us move in the other. However, after a lot of talking and planning, my girlfriend sat me down and dropped a bombshell on me. She said that with this next phase of the relationship, she did not see a future with me unless I was willing to give away Kitty. She said that she believed owning a cat is unconscionable for vegans because they hunt mice and eat food recipes made from meat, and because the very act of owning a pet is a violation of vegan principles. I was stunned. I told her that I was absolutely not willing to give up Kitty, and she had no choice but to eat meat, so I was reducing harm as much as possible by buying reputable brands of cat food. Plenty of vegans own cats and think along those same lines. My girlfriend got mad and said, "How much flesh does your cat eat? How many animals died to make all that food? Would you be okay with that being human flesh?" She always asked me to make my cat eat only vegetables and fruits. At first, I couldn't believe she was serious, but after seeing that she's serious, I told her that cats are obligate carnivores and they need to eat meat to survive. And cats need taurine and will die if we make her eat the diet she suggested. She said she is sure the pet food companies are running a large scamming scheme to lie to us, and that it's all made up in order to help them profit, that it is all one big hoax. I got mad and told my girlfriend that I would have really appreciated her telling me about her cat opinions before we got serious. She went on and on about cat killing animals. I ended the conversation there. I was so angry that I left my girlfriend's apartment, and I snuggled with Kitty when I got home. Although the mood soured a bit when my girlfriend sent me a link to a Reddit thread advocating for the extinction of domestic cats, I signed deeply in a despondent way. I think it goes without saying that I am not going to get rid of my cat. However, it pains me to think that an otherwise wonderful relationship could be ending because of a difference in ideology. I don't even really understand where my girlfriend is coming from because, like I said, a lot of vegans own cats. Now granted, cat ownership can be a controversial topic in vegan circles, and I probably would not have gotten a cat if I had been vegan at the time. But I have Kitty now, and she deserves to eat meat like other cats. Back then, I researched vegan cat food, but Kitty has some digestive issues and my vet strongly cautions against it. But now, I know that forcing cats on a vegan diet is a form of animal abuse. I've talked to some of my vegan and vegetarian friends and they all think my girlfriend has lost their mind. She was almost crazy and too much. Some of them have suggested that it's not about Kitty and my girlfriend just wants an excuse to end it. They probably don't understand why I haven't broken up yet, but I care about my girlfriend so much. I'd hate for this bizarre curveball to be the end of a beautiful thing. I wanted to try and work something out, but she hated my cat more and more and always wanted to get rid of Kitty. And then, one day I came home, but I didn't see Kitty anywhere. I panicked and started thinking about the bad things that would happen to her. I was looking for her for hours, but I didn't find her. Then I called for my girlfriend to ask if she knew where Kitty was. Surprisingly, she was not hesitating to confess that she sold my cat to the pet shop without asking me. It drove me crazy. I had been entirely too kind to her, but seemed like she was an exactly lunatic vegan. She wanted me to get rid of my beloved cat just because cats eat meat and she was a vegan. I was too angry, so I decided to teach her a lesson, but don't worry, that was a joke. I lied to her that I sneakily put meat and sometimes animal protein powder into her foods when she doesn't notice. With the last respect for her, I didn't do that. I just want to get revenge by making her angry and believe what I said. She totally trusted my joke and was genuinely furious. She even yelled at my face and said that I was a jerk. We had a heated argument, and then she also slapped me in my face and cursed at me terribly. So, we broke up, obviously. I would never ever give up my cat Kitty. Many people said that the situation was about control, not veganism, and looking back, I do see a pattern of control on my girlfriend's part. I was blinded to it, I guess. That's not love, that's toxic. Now, I realized that she was controlling, and I don't know how far she could force me to do anything else. I called my girlfriend and said I was not willing to give up Kitty under any circumstances. And given the recent issues we'd had and our incompatible views, I thought it was best that we parted ways. I said she deserved a partner that shared her values. There was still some anger on her end, but otherwise the situation actually went better than I expected. I also tell her that as she is a human and an omnivore, she has the luxury of choosing her diet, whereas cats need to eat meat and not synthetic foods because meat has nutrients that the cats can't produce themselves. And that, generally speaking, the cat can't do anything against that, and even if you gave it away, it would still eat meat. The only way how to fundamentally change that is by killing it, which totally goes against that idea in the first place. That was the last words and also my last respect to her before we went our separate ways, because my girlfriend insisted on not telling me about the name of the pet shop where she sold Kitty, so I had to spend a few days searching in vain. Luckily, I found her in the pet shop, which is about 20 kilometers from my house. Kitty looked disgusted when she realized me. She cheered that her eyes were getting bigger, lovingly looking at me. At that moment, I promised my sweet cat that I will care for her and love her and protect her for the rest of my ability so long as she is alive. Finally, I brought Kitty back home safely, and now I'm not controlled by my crazy vegan girlfriend anymore. I thought that she may just be a young, idealistic vegan who is not very realistic. That cats eat rodents may be sad, but it is a great service. If other animals didn't eat rodents, they would breed and we would all get sick and die. By the way, not every vegan is a nut job. I have a friend who has been a vegetarian for more than 4 years and now on a vegan diet. And he also feeds his cat meat but not beef for environmental reasons. But he feeds them poultry and very little seafood because the oceans are overfished. He supplements with some vegan people food and his cats are long-lived and healthy. I thought it was too much that she clearly has serious issues of some type to feel that human standards should apply to a cat about veganism. Cats are not the same as humans, so it's very strange that you force them to eat like that. To be honest, this is still a form of animal abuse, and it should not be allowed. I've never understood the vegans who claim to care so deeply about animals but then abuse or condone abusing pets by feeding them a vegan diet. I'm all for reducing consumption of meat and animal products for humans who are able to survive off alternatives. But to claim animals are being cruel by eating what they need to in order to survive is baffling. And to claim that's an excuse to kill and abuse those animals in the name of kindness to animals? Finally, I just want to say that let's give love to animals and care for them. I also feel sad for anyone who has never experienced love for an animal. It's one of the most altruistic and unconditional forms of love there is.